If you could own only 20 things in GTA Online, what would give you the best return? With so many items to buy, it will be easy to waste your money. So here are the smartest investments you must own to make millions and actually enjoy the game. And we'll start off this list with perhaps the most important investment, and that is a solid weapon loadout. I've narrowed it down to the best options that have consistently had my back. My go-to shotgun, the assault shotgun. It's an absolute beast in close range fights and clutch during missions. For drive-by, the AP pistol has never let me down. It's compact, fast, and lethal on the move. When I need precision, I rely on the special carbine. It's great for long range, solid accuracy, but if I need to bring the big guns, the combat MG is my personal heavy hitter. It's slower, but it melts through enemies with its power, especially when used in first person. For vehicles on moving targets, the homing launcher is a must. It saved me from oppressors, helicopters, more times than I can count. But another great option is the railgun. This is literally a fly swatter, perfect for taking down the oppressors and flying enemies. It can only be purchased from the rotating gun van every week. And the up and atomizer. I've used it countless times to free stuck delivery vehicles, especially during my cell missions. Total game changer. I've also upgraded most of these to their Mark II variants, which you can do at places like your agency or Terabyte. Mark IIs hit hard because of their special ammo, like explosive or armor piercing rounds, and some even get thermal scopes, which is what I personally use for my heavy sniper Mark II. This thing is essential for long range fights, and it's hella overpowered with the explosive rounds. It always comes in clutch. And something just as important as a great weapon loadout is armored vehicles. One of my best early investments in the game is the armored Kuruma. It might not survive explosives, but its near complete bulletproof protection makes it perfect for missions and heists. I've used it for years, especially in PvE, because NPCs can barely touch me while I shred through these missions. And honestly, I rarely start a mission without it. But if the Kuruma is not your style, the Duco Def is a no-brainer. It's free for all players, and for the price, it's crazy worth it. It's got solid bullet resistance and can take up to 4 RPGs before going down, which is wild for a vehicle that costs nothing. It's a muscle car too, so yeah, it can do wheelies, but not just for show either. These tricks have helped me escape some sticky situations more than once. You can't ask for much more really. Now, while the armored Kuruma and Duco Def are great, they don't cover everything, especially in public lobbies where you're up against oppressors and guided missiles every second. But that's where the Amani Tech vehicles come in, and honestly, these have become some of the most important vehicles that I own. Once I bought the agency with the vehicle workshop, I unlocked the ability to upgrade certain vehicles with Amani Tech, and to be honest, it completely changes the game. You get access to the missile lock-on jammers and armor plating. These turn my regular ass vehicles into my best. My top picks for these upgrades are the Omnis EGT. This thing is great, taking up to 12 homing missiles before it blows up. I also love the Buffalo STX, just as tanky and amazing to drive. And if you're grinding the Last Dose missions, definitely do, as it gives you access to the Ocelot Virtue for free, which is not only an insanely armored vehicle, but it's also one of the fastest cars that I own. Well, actually that's a lie, because some of my fastest vehicles aren't Amani Tech, they're HSW vehicles, and investing in Hayes Special Works has been easily one of the smartest moves I've made. HSW upgrades take already great vehicles and just send their performance to insane levels. The upgrades aren't cheap though, as you're paying for the base vehicle and the HSW conversion, but if crazy speed and handling is what you're after, it's totally worth it. So my top picks. First up, the Hakuchi Drag. Even before the upgrades, it's a fast and smooth bike, but once you throw on HSW, it's a rocket. One of the quickest vehicles I own, and it helps a ton with the HSW time trials, which gets me a very easy 250k. Then there's the Bravado Banshee, which is another beast. Once upgraded, it's hella fast and it's just a great option for racing. And then there's the Karen S95, which is sleek, stylish and surprisingly quick with the upgrade. And if you want something a bit more muscle and power focused, the D-Class Pajero ZX is a monster. It's versatile and it's great for flying around the map. They're pricey, sure, but every time I blaze through a time trial, I'm reminded why these upgrades are worth every penny. Now, while HSW vehicles give me unmatched speed on land, the Toreador is my go-to when I need something that can handle pretty much anything both on land and underwater. The Toreador might not be the fastest, but it's packed with some of the best features. First off, the rocket booster. What makes it stand out from others is that it recharges in 2 seconds, so I can keep my speed up and zoom across the map or dive into the ocean. It also comes with homing missiles, which are nice to have, especially since they come with unlimited ammo. They might not hit as hard as other missiles, but they give me a huge advantage in PvP. And the best part, the Toreador can take 6 homing missiles before going down, which gives me plenty of time to either retaliate or escape. The only downside is it can't be used in missions, but for free roam and PvP, this car is one of the best investments I've made. Now, while the Toreador is a beast in its own right, if you're looking for raw power and mobility, the Vigilante is where it's at. Just like the Toreador, it has a rocket boost, but this one is much more powerful. With a top speed of 150 miles per hour, I can zoom across the map in no time. What's even better is it's not just fast, it's a wrecking ball. The Vigilante can plow through nearly any vehicle in its path, and when you're using the boost, you're pretty much unstoppable. But unlike the Toreador, this bad boy can be used in any mission, including heist preps, making it very overpowered for completing objectives quickly. You've got yourself a vehicle that's pretty unstoppable. Now, after all those heavy hitters, we have one of the most controversial vehicles in GTA Online, the Oppressor Mark II. Honestly, I'm somewhere in between the love it and hate it mindset. Sure, it's hated by a lot of players, but it's also loved by just as many. And for grinders like me, it's an essential tool. I get it, the Oppressor Mark II has its flaws, and it's a bit of a nightmare when used by the wrong hands, but I've been using it for years now, and when you know how to use it properly, there's no other vehicle that combines speed, agility and protection quite like this one. I totally understand why some players hate it. It's incredibly overpowered and can feel like a cheap shot in PvP, but as a grinder, it's a game changer. The Terabyte is another must-have. This thing is essentially a mobile command center on wheels, and it's packed with features that have helped me out countless times. First off, it has a miniature drone that you can deploy, giving you more options for taking out enemies. Plus, the Master Control Terminal, you can easily resupply all your businesses. It's a one-stop shop for managing everything that you want. But with the recent update, the Terabyte just got even better. You can now upgrade it with a missile lock-on jammer and silent running mode. It keeps your Terabyte hidden from other players' radars while you're stationary, making it an incredibly stealthy and nearly indestructible vehicle. Plus, you can launch client jobs from the control screen. I love to use these as a quick side hustle while I wait for cooldowns on my other businesses, as I earn a quick and easy 30k. And of course, the Terabyte is the only place where you can upgrade the Oppressor Mark II. So all in all, it's a fantastic investment, one of my favorites for sure. Alright, enough about the land vehicles, it's time to take it to the skies. And if you're looking for a serious aircraft, the Akula is where it's at. Sure, it's a bit pricier at $4.5 million, but trust me, it's more than worth it. What sets the Akula apart from other helicopters is the stealth mode. Once you're in it, you can fly without showing up on anyone's radar. That's a huge advantage when you're out there moving business cargo. Nobody can see you coming. It has strong armor and great maneuverability, so dodging homing missiles is pretty easy. And if you do get hit, it'll take 3 missiles to blow up. Plus, it comes with homing missiles or barrage missiles, both of which are fantastic for dealing with any threats in the air or on the ground. Now, if you're looking for something that will save you time and provide insane convenience, the Sparrow is my top pick. It might not have the heavy artillery like other aircrafts, but definitely worth the $1.8 million. The best part about the Sparrow, you can spawn it instantly right next to you, no matter where you are, because it doesn't count as a regular vehicle. This has saved me so much time during the Cayo Perico heist setups, as it's one of the fastest and most agile helicopters in the game. Honestly, it's even faster than the Oppressor Mark II. I can outrun most aircraft with ease. And since it can be stored inside the Casaca and equipped with homing missiles, it's a must-have for anyone. The F-160 Reiju is a high-end investment at $6.8 million, but it is worth every penny. It's one of the few aircrafts that can switch between vertical and horizontal modes, with horizontal mode making it the fastest jet in the game, reaching speeds of up to 187 miles per hour. You can cross the map in seconds. It also has the stealth mode to hide your blip, and free homing missile durability, which is decent considering how difficult it is to hit it with its speed. If you're serious about air combat or grinding missions quickly, this is definitely a must own. Another must own is the Kosaka submarine. It is hands down the best investment that I have made, and the return on investment has been insane. I've probably earned well over $200 million just from completing the Cayo Perico heist since it launched. But what makes the Kosaka so crucial is that it's the only way to start up this heist, which is the best solo moneymaker in the game, even after all the nerfs that have been thrown at it. The setup missions are ridiculously easy, and you can finish them easily in under 40 minutes. When it comes to the heist finale, it gets even better. You can complete this in easily 10 minutes and walk away with up to $1.5 million, which makes it by far the best money per hour. Sure, there's a 2.5 hour cooldown before you can start up another heist, but even with that, the Kosaka has been essential for boosting my income, and I honestly wouldn't trade it for anything. For $2.2 million, this submarine has more than paid for itself, and then some. Another must-have heist property is the arcade. The main moneymaker is the casino heist, and I know the Cayo Perico heist often steals the spotlight, but the casino heist is just as good, if not better. Sure, it does require 2 players for the finale, but the setup missions can be done solo. You can easily complete them in less than 1 hour. When it comes to the finale though, depending on your loot and your cut, you can earn between $1.5 to $1.6 million. But the arcade isn't just about the heist, because it also offers passive income through the wall safe, letting you earn 5k every in-game day without lifting a finger. To maximize this, I've just set up some arcade machines, and it's been a really easy, steady source of passive income. Then there's the Master Control Terminal, a $1.7 million investment that's totally worth it. This tool allows me to manage all my businesses from the comfort of the arcade. This has saved me so much time and makes running my businesses a breeze. Next we have the agency. It is by far my personal favorite property in the game. Not only has this thing made me $30 million, but it also has some really good features, including the vehicle workshop where I can upgrade vehicles with Amani tech, which we already know is hella useful to have. Another thing I love is the armory upgrade, which essentially just gives me my own ammunition. But how did I earn over $30 million? A big chunk of that came from security contracts. These missions only take about 5 minutes, and they pay between 30 to 70k each. After completing 200 contracts, I now earn a steady 20k every hour from my wall save, which is pure passive income. The rest of my earnings came from the Dr. Dre contract and payphone hits. The Dr. Dre contract is a full-blown heist that takes about 1.5 hours to complete and rewards you with $1 million. And I can do it solo. The payphone hits are quick 5-minute assassination missions that pay up to 45k if you complete the bonus. Overall, the agency is a goldmine for both active and passive income. Definitely invest in this one. Next we have the nightclub, one of my favorite businesses for making easy money. It generates around 100k per hour passively, and once you know what you're doing, it practically runs itself. The popularity feature is my favorite way to earn money. By simply maintaining my popularity bar, I consistently earn 50k per hour. I make it a point to log in, kick out a troublemaker, and the bar fills up instantly. This alone has earned me nearly $10 million with no effort. Even easier is the nightclub warehouse, which has made me over $20 million. I just assign technicians to collect goods, and they do all the work for me. As long as you own the necessary businesses, your warehouse will generate goods passively, which earns you another 50k per hour. The nightclub is hands down one of the easiest money makers in the game. Then there's the Acid Lab, which has quickly become one of my favorite investments. Setting it up was very simple, thanks to the first dose missions. Completing these unlock the Brickade 6x6, where the Acid Lab is stored. Once unlocked, all I have to do is call up Mutt, which costs me 60k per full batch. And while I'm doing other things in the game, the Acid Lab keeps producing stock. It will only take about 4 hours to fill up, and that will make me 239k in profit. What makes this even better is that the sell missions are so easy to do. With just one delivery bike, these missions take around 10 minutes. The garment factory is one of the newest businesses in the game, and it's a great choice. For $2.4 million, it's a rare business that requires no upgrades, with everything included from its base price, which is why I really like it. The real profit comes from the FIB files. These are 4 mini heists, each taking around 30 minutes to complete, with payouts of 200k per file. Plus, there's a weekly priority file that can pay anywhere from 300 to 400k, and these are actually kind of fun to do. What I love the most about this business though, is that you can start the setup missions anywhere from the Darnell Bros app. The garment factory is a great investment. The same thing can be said for the auto shop, which has quickly become one of my personal favorites for both fun and profit. There are 2 ways I make money with it. First, customer deliveries. They will occasionally bring a vehicle in that needs modifications. If you don't cause any damage, you can earn 30k per delivery. It's a decent little side activity, but the real money comes from the contracts. These are like mini heists, and there are 8 contracts in total, and because they only have 2 prep missions and a finale, most can be done in under 40 minutes, and the payouts range from 170k to 300k. I've made over $20 million from these alone. What makes the auto shop stand out the most is the mod shop upgrade. This lets me modify my vehicles with a 5% discount and unlocks all rank restrictions for my modifications. It's a little known feature that adds a lot of value to owning an auto shop. And finally, we have the hangar. A lot of players used to shy away from this business, thinking it wasn't worth it, but that is no longer the case. It's now one of the best businesses in the game. And sure, it does require more effort compared to everything I've mentioned on this list. You'll need to go out on source missions to get the cargo. It takes more time, but the profits are definitely worth it in the end. You want to focus on medical, chemical, and narcotic cargo to get your 35% bonus. What I usually do is source 25 crates of each, which gets rid of my cooldown times, in return saving my time. It typically takes me about 4 to 5 hours to complete the sourcing for 50 crates, but once it's time to sell, I make around $2 million, which works out to about 500k per hour. It's by far the easiest way to make millions. And that wraps up the list of the best investments in GTA Online. These items have made me millions and saved me so much time, all while giving me some fun ways to play the game. I hope each of these investments has helped you out in some way and opened your eyes in how you play this game. If it did, drop a like and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you want to see more knowledge about this game from me, check out the videos on screen now. And I'll catch you in the next one.